Okay, we're going to talk about some ways to improve your SEO in the local Boise area. I guess the Boise area includes Meridian, Eagle. We all know that Boise is one of the faster growing small cities in the U.S. for its size. It's growing pretty rapidly. But we're going to walk through some ways to improve your local listings. And what I mean by local is when you search a query, for example, Boise dentist, the first results that you're going to get on the Google results page is you're going to get anywhere from 0 to 4 ads are going to show up first. And then this map listings are going to show up next. And this really is what Google calls local listings. It can be called the Google Map listings, the Google 3-pack. Really what it is these listings come from your Google My Business profile. And they generally show up after ads for queries that warrant local businesses. So it's definitely really important to understand how to get your business listing to show up in these search results. And then after the Google My Business listings are 10 organic results as well. And generally these are also local organic results as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to improve your local Google My Business listings. And Google has an article they came out with titled Improve Your Local Ranking on Google. And so we're going to go through the 3 primary things that they outline that determine how they rank different businesses locally. So the first element is relevance, and it states that relevance refers to how well a local listing matches what someone is searching for. Adding complete and detailed business information can help Google better understand your business and match your listing to relevant searches. So there's quite a few areas within your Google My Business listing to really complete that data or to make sure that you fill it out fully. But the first and most important thing is relevance. So if I'm searching for a Boise dentist and you're listed as a Boise dentist, that's going to be relevant. Relevancy is going to come from your business name, your business description, but also elements on your actual website. So the content of your website is Google's going to pull from that to see how relevant you are. So it is important to make sure that you complete as much information in your profile as possible, but relevance is something that is going to be determined by the query and the content of your profile and the content of your website. So distance is the next important element here, and as it states, it says, just like it sounds, how far is each potential search result from the location term used in a search? If a user doesn't specify a location in their search, Google will calculate distance based on what's known about their location. So this is actually pretty important. Proximity or distance is an actually important ranking factor. For example, if you have a coffee shop in downtown Boise and somebody is all the way over in Eagle or Meridian and searches coffee, Google is going to show really only coffee shops that are close in distance to where they're searching from. So they're not going to show coffee shops in Boise because there's too many coffee shops between Eagle and downtown Boise. So distance matters a lot. Now, if you have a business where there are fewer competitors, then the proximity might be much wider. So for instance, if you are a dealership for a Lexus, somebody types in Boise Lexus dealership, probably they're going to show the entire Ada County or the whole valley because there's not that many Lexus dealerships in the whole valley, where there may be dozens or hundreds of coffee shops. So the more competitive it is, the more that distance or proximity matters. And that's really important to note, that in some cases, proximity may be a key factor in what Google is ranking for a query. The last one, and oftentimes one of the most important, is what they call prominence. So prominence refers to how well known a business is. Some places are more prominent in the offline world, and search results try to reflect this in local rankings. For example, famous museums, landmark hotels, well-known store brands that are familiar to many people are also likely to be prominent in local search results. Prominence is also based on information that Google has about a business from across the web, like links, articles, directories. Google review count and score are factored into local search ranking. More reviews and positive ratings will probably improve a business's local ranking. Your position in web results is also a factor, so SEO best practices also apply to local search engine optimization. So obviously this is where really everything you do on your website is actually going to impact your Google My Business listing, or how you rank in those map listings. So obviously it's important that your Google My Business listing and your website have relevance with each other, and that they have good authority. And then also Google mentions reviews. Having positive reviews and having a lot of reviews is a factor. So there's obviously quite a few different factors, but these are kind of the top 3 that you need to look at when really trying to improve your Google My Business listing in the Boise area. Again, it's relevance, distance, and prominence. So the next thing I want to kind of show you is just a tool that can really help your local Boise business with some SEO. We have an instant SEO checker. So you just simply drop your URL into the top bar here, and then the keyword that you'd like to rank for, and then press scan now. It'll usually take about 15 to 30 seconds to scan your URL, and then it will output a score. But there are definitely elements in this instant SEO checker that are really important, that really tie to the prominence piece of how Google ranks websites locally. But some really important things are, first, your page titles. If you're going after a keyword and want to rank well in the Boise area, or Meridian or Eagle, definitely you need to have a good title tag that incorporates those keywords, and oftentimes the city into the title. And so it checks 3 elements of your title tag. Also, another important thing that this instant SEO checker looks at is your content. It's going to look at the copy. It's called copy analysis. This is actually really important. It looks to see if there's going to be at least 2,000 words on each page. This is one of the biggest thing we see with businesses not doing well with their SEO, is they oftentimes have very thin content. And so this does this copy analysis. This instant SEO checker actually checks 58 SEO elements. So there's quite a few things it's going to check, but definitely a nice little tool for you to look at for your Boise business. Just pop in here, and it scans it instantly, and it gives you a PDF report that you can. And at the end of the PDF report, there's a task list of items that if it didn't pass, you can kind of check off those task list items in the PDF report that you can download. Lastly, I think a really important tool when you're doing SEO is doing good keyword research. We always recommend using Google's official keyword planner. That's where you're going to get the best actual local data for keywords. Google's keyword planner is really one of the only tools that allows you to get the exact keyword volumes for a city. For example, we're going to pull this up. Now the keyword planner, to get the keyword planner, you do need to open up a Google Ads account. So that would be something where you would have to open up a Google Ads account to get access to the keyword planner. But it's worth it to have access to the best data from the source in terms. So if I type in, let's say I type in dentist, I want to see how many people are searching for dentists in Boise. We can do just that. We can actually narrow down to just the Boise market, right? So if I want to see just Boise, Google also has what is called these Nielsen DMA regions, which take kind of multiple cities together. So this might look at Boise, Eagle, Meridian, Kuna. It might even look as far as Caldwell, some other cities, but the DMA regions are oftentimes larger metropolitan areas. So I can look at just Boise and see, all right, how many people are searching for dentists just in Boise. And then it also gives me a lot of other, keyword ideas. How are people searching in the Boise area? And it gives me kind of the exact volume of how people search for these keywords in a very specific area that I'm choosing. So in this case, now again, I can group multiple cities together. So let's say if I want to see how things are searched in Meridian, I can also pull up Meridian as well and add that. Or like I said, so I could string as many cities and towns together as I'd like to kind of get the volume. And when I do that, it will kind of readjust my search volumes and show me how many people are searching for these keywords in those two areas. But again, something that's pretty smart to use is this Nielsen DMA regions that will group multiple areas together in one. So I can do just that, and it looks like, the Nielsen DMA region is about 2.6 million people approximately, and I just kind of remove my other areas. I can see that, yeah, I mean, in this area there are 1,900 people a month searching for dentists. So quite a few people every month searching for a dentist. So that shows the value of search. Lots of people searching for it. Would be valuable to be ranked organically or from a paid perspective. So definitely one of my favorite tools to use is this keyword planner. Very smart to use to get the local volumes in the Boise area. So that's a couple tips and tricks to help improve your SEO in the Boise area. Thanks.